Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial. Today I will be showing you how you can create your own firmware image for the GameStick 4K Pro or Lite edition. A lot of people in one way or the other have gotten the SD card that came with your GameStick corrupted, which makes the device useless as it will not give any video output. I have encountered this problem also, and it took me weeks to figure out a way to solve the problem, and since this is a common problem with very scarce solution, I decided to put together a tutorial for people on how to resolve this problem. The processes involved in getting the GameStick firmware done is a very difficult process and requires a very advanced computing and programming knowledge. So, to make this easy for everyone, I put together a simple software that does all the job for you, which I am giving out for free. With this software, you will be able to create your own firmware by yourself and use. This method has been tested on M8 and M15 versions, but you are free to test on other versions as well. Since getting to download firmware that supports your device is very difficult to get, you can now create it yourself for free. You are only going to need two tools to get this done. First is the GameStick Firmware Creator software and Disk Genius. The download link will be provided in the description box below. First thing you need to do is download the GameStick software on your computer, extract it to a safe location, and open the software. On the left side, click on the Image Builder tab. Enter the size of the image you wish to create. You can create from 5 GB to 200 GB depending on the size of your SD card. For this tutorial, I will be using 13 GB size. Next, select the folder you like to store your generated image and give it a name, and finally, click the Build button. The generation process will begin and it will take a while depending on the size of your image. So let's wait for the process to complete. When the process is complete, you will receive a message like this. Click OK. You can also verify the size of the image created by checking its properties and compare the number of bytes to what is shown on the software. Next, open Disk Genius software and open the newly created image. It will show you the partitions existing in the image. The software has automatically created those partitions in the image file, which is ready for use. Next, we will extend the size of the primary partition, which is the main ROM partition, To do this, right-click on the partition and select Extend Partition. The information needed will be automatically filled by Disk Genius. All you have is to click the Start button and accept the warnings. This will now extend the primary partition to occupy the unused space in the image. Next, we need to format this partition. To do this, right-click on the primary partition and select Format Current Partition. Click Format and click Yes. Then the partition will be formatted. After formatting the partition, we need to copy the ROM files into the partition. The ROM files were extracted from the GameStick firmware image. If you have any firmware image, you can extract the ROM files from it, or you can also use my ROM files provided in the description. Make sure the ROM files folder names are in lowercase letters. Next, right-click on the partition and select Copy Files to Current Partition. Select the folder where your ROM files are located, select all 5 folders and click OK. The copying process will begin and it will take a long time depending on the size of your ROM files. Once the process completes, your ROM files will now be in the partition within the firmware image. You can browse the files to see what has been copied. Once done, click Complete and now unmount the image from Disk Genius. Next, we need to encrypt this image file for it to work with the GameStick hardware. To do this, open the GameStick software. From the left side panel, select Image Encrypt. Browse and select the image file we created, then click the Encrypt button. Once done, the image will be encrypted and the data inside will no longer be visible. To confirm this, open Disk Genius and mount the same image. You will notice that all the partitions and files are no longer visible. This is because the image has been encrypted, and without the encryption, it will not work with the GameStick and will produce no video output. Now, the image is ready. It can now be flashed into the SD card. Make sure to have an original SD card because I have tried some SD card that didn't work, so make sure you have an original card to make it work. Plug in your SD card to your computer, then open Balena HR software as administrator. Select the image file created, ignore the pop-up error and click Continue. Select your SD card drive and finally click the flash button. The flashing process will begin and it will take a long time depending on the size of your image file. Once the process completes, you can now put the SD card into your game stick, connect to your TV, and your device will be back alive. This process saves you the time of searching for firmware online which may eventually not work for you. It also gives you the flexibility to create any size of image and games you want, and also create GameStick SD cards for your friends. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I will also make another video later on how to add custom games to the GameStick. Stay tuned to this channel so that you will know when it is released. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.